Hey guys, what is going on? It's Daley Gaming here. Gonna be playing a little more Call to Arms multiplayer. My opponent is Luxend, and this is actually another replay. I really like this, sort of replay function. So right off the bat, I call up a marksman squad and shoot them up to the middle while sending one guy up to the flag to capture. And so there's a confrontation up here. He brought some GRM soldiers up. And so I've repositioned my guys to be behind this mat in order to get sufficient cover. And if they come anywhere near these stairs, I am just going to grenade the crap out of them. Which they do.
Yes, sir.
And thus, this little guy here tosses a nade. And this allows me to separate them and shoot the stragglers. Ooh, a little bit of lag there. I think this game might get a little bit laggy. I don't know if the lag transfers over to the replay. It'd be cool if it didn't. But, I hope it doesn't. But this guy's computer was lagging out a little bit. He was kind of a dick, actually. Like, one of those players you get really annoyed about playing. I get this nice nade off over here, and he doesn't move at all. Gonna turn off the fog of war. He actually pulls up a militia squad over to the right flag to cap. And I'm still over here. I just want to get my two flags and, you know, defend them. I don't really care about having a third. If the game gets stale and I can't really, it's like a stalemate, I'll go for the third flag, but it's more important to me to get two and start getting points than spread my men too thin for a third. I get a nice another nade off over here, and then this guy takes him out. So yeah, now I've got middle flag, and he pulls up a unit of GRM soldiers, and I believe he sends them right around here to capture C. I was really worried about most of these, like this whole map. I've never played on this map before, but there are many avenues in which he could flank. Even over here, there's right around here, and I make a couple of flanking mistakes. He does end up, you know, chopping this guy to bits. One guy wasn't going to withstand the might of many. But I do send up another, I think this is just a marksman squad, right? I believe so. I do send another marksman squad up to help defend the capture point. Except he piles on all of his men over here. He doesn't spread his men out well, and it works both well and poorly for him. And I'll show you that later. This game actually ends up being quite epic. I recommend you stick around for the whole thing because it does spice up a little bit. Like I was saying, he was being a huge, just sort of a jackass. He was sort of taunting me. You know, those players who just sort of try and get a rise out of you? And I wasn't doing it. I was like, sure, whatever you say, I don't really care. And he was winning most of the game, I will say. But the second I start winning again or whatever, he just starts getting pissed off and whining about it. But he does taunt me the whole game up until the point where I start winning. Then he just whines like, oh, you're a cheater. You use too many Humvees or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I don't care what you think. You have Humvees too. You can use them. And actually, he pulls up the very first car, which was a technical over here. And he starts pulling it up to this flag to reinforce. And right now it's just sort of a skirmish. No one's winning, no one's losing. But as soon as I see that technical over the hill, I drop all my men down. I don't want to have him butcher me with that technical, really. So he's not really going to get much out of me while his technical's out if I just lay behind these cover. And I seriously recommend you do that if you ever come across like a tank and you're behind barricades or whatever. Just drop down and wait until your support comes up. I am able to afford this, the first Humvee, the M240, but the M2HB was what I really wanted. However, I believe I do just go for the M240. Yeah, I do. I pull it up right about now. Simply because I know my men down here need support, and if I want to keep this flag, I gotta send something. Even though the M2HB would have been 10 times better. So my Humvee starts confronting these guys. I do try and target this, but for some reason the AI of the movie just really wanted to go for the stray soldiers. And my my first gunner dies, but I pull up a second one. And in hindsight, I should have been just gunning these guys down, but then I focus fire on the Humvee. He is pulling up a rocket over here, and I can't see that in the fog of war, but he does take me out. See, with fog of war on, I can't even see that. I wasn't even thinking he would be able to do that, but nice move by him. I crawl my soldier up here. I get a nice nade off, but he's able to redirect them away. My guy gets killed. I've still got these two guys here, and I'm gonna harass the crap out of this army with them. I decided if I'm losing this flag, I am going to piss this guy off tenfold. So right now, I'm just thinking of what to do here. My guys keep on hopping back up, and I really don't want them doing that, so I lay them down. And now, oh, I do pull up another squad, and I was sending them up to this flag just to sort of harass this army. But as you'll see later, mistakes were made. I do send one guy off over there. I wasn't intending to capture this flag at all. It was more of a distraction. But then I misclick and end up getting most of my guys slaughtered except for this guy. And he almost dies. So that was my mistake over there. A pretty instrumental mistake. I do have this guy up here in case he tries to flank me over here, and I was really worried about my flanks. Like, he could come over here this way at any time. At this point, I do scoot this man over here. I can't see that guy crawling on the ground over there. I turned fog of war on and off just to show you guys. So I'm healing up. I can't see this guy. I don't know he's over there, but I guess he had the same flanking idea I did, and he pulls him up. I do pull up another. It might be a. No, that's an AT squad. Oh shit! What the fuck? There we go. So I see him peeping over the corner, and I shoot him in the back. And thus I win the flank. Except he does have all these guys over there that I don't know about.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, I've got a little bit of a cold, and I've had it forever. It seems like.
Got it, sir.
So sorry about my nasally voice. So then I get this AT soldier up here, and I'm gonna try and outflank this thing, the technical. But it's probably not going to work. And my little ruse over here didn't work at all. He didn't send any more reinforcements over there or anything like that. I was trying to redirect his technical over there, and he wasn't having it. But look how bunched up his men are. I mean, they are seriously bunched up. At this point, he knows my men are over here. Well, at least he thinks one guy is over there. He doesn't know about my AT soldier.
Yes, sir.
But, I think he's trying to move around for him. I do scoot that one soldier over, and then I scoot the AT soldier over. I just want to check and make sure this guy doesn't die. I've got the AT soldier in position, but I don't know about these two guys, but I'm more or less worried about those guys. Then I see those guys, and I try shooting them. Get one of them. Oh, and that's another AT soldier right there. That was his. And I almost get that guy, but then I pull back before the technical can shoot me. But the technical is in this little divot, so I wasn't sure if it could shoot me or not. I toss a nade out. Oh no, I think he naded me there, and it just didn't work. So right now we're at a flanking standstill. He just started winning point-wise. I pull a man up there to try and distract him. It works. The technical moves forward. I move my AT soldier up, and I fire, and he hits the tree. And if you see, he aimed up. I didn't direct control that, and he just decides to shoot at the top of the tree. I click on the freaking technical, and he shoots the top of the tree. What the hell? So that was a bit interesting. Oh, during this game, I believe I was level 3. Oh, he gets a sweet nade over there. Kills my AT soldier. During this game, I was level 3. Now I'm level 4 after the game. But, I do have US Marines unlocked, and that's one of the advantages I have, because I think this guy was only like level 2 or something, so he didn't have the next level soldiers unlocked, I believe. So that's gonna be one thing I play out, is the better soldiers. At this point, I pull up another Humvee. This is the HB, so it's got an armor-piercing caliber weapon. So I pulled this bad boy up. And as you can see, I don't really have a great shot, and it's a long distance. I was able to damage it. Oh, I actually did get the hull kill on that. I didn't even realize that at that point. So I kept firing at it a bit. And I see he evacuates it, so I'm like, alright, I guess that's fine. But then I flip my Humvee over here, as you can see, over the hill, and I'm just pissed. So now I've got just these 3 soldiers and a dead Humvee. And that completely screwed up my plan. I probably could have captured this entire flag with that HB Humvee. But sadly, it flipped over. Well, now I've got reinforcements, sort of. Not the kind I wanted, they're just soldiers. But I mean, I really don't know what to do here. I try and run this guy back a bit, but to no avail. Oh, okay. Lenovo just opened up a web page for me for no reason. That was interesting. Sorry about that. If that wigged out your screen at all, sorry. I do pull up some, these are actually the Marines. First time ever using them. I know they're a powerful force, but, I mean, I'm not sure how to use him when he's got this massive firepower. I mean, look at all these guys. They're all so clumped together. If I had that Humvee, it would have wiped them all out. But oh well. So basically, my Marines start confronting them. I start trying to flank a little more over here. Let's see, does this guy have a nade? Yeah. And so we just get into this big fight. But he's suppressing all my men. And then my guy over here, I tried to nade him, but he gets wiped out real quick. He's fixing his technical, actually. And I see that, and I'm like, oh crap. There's not that much I can do about it except for try and pull these Marines up. I'm gaining no ground here. One of my Marines already died behind that rock. There's just too much suppression fire. I need some sort of a game changer here. But I do pull up more just soldiers. They might be marksmen, they might be a defensive squad, I'm not sure. But I pull them up. Oop, sorry, squeaky chair is squeaky. And I do a little more flanking here because I want to keep my men from being suppressed, and there's huge suppression in this game. I mean, it's a big one. It's a big amount of suppression. So essentially, I'm just trying to chip them away, but they've just got so many men, it's not happening. At least I'm not losing any men. Oh, what is that? Is that a, I don't know where I got that squad from. Huh. Was it from, oh, it was from these barricades over here. So I'm trying to flank more. I do pull up that soldier who was defending over here, just because I feel like I need a lot of reinforcements here. So I'm letting these guys heal up before I send them into flank, because they're going to need all the health they can get. And he still has yet to learn his lesson about, you know, keeping this place defended, and I try and utilize that to the best of my ability. So I send these guys in. I don't think he can see them at this moment. But I can't really tell what he's got, because there's just so many of them, and not all of them show up all the time. At this point, he pulls up these snipers, and they'll do some damage to me, I'll tell you that much. My guy actually over here started firing, and I was like, oh crap, well I might as well send these guys in. But then the fire power was just so great that it just wiped me out. I still got 2 guys. I'm getting some fire from over here. I decided to send this guy behind this car because I thought it would be a good place to nade. And I was actually partially right. So I set it up with some direct control, and I tossed a sweet one right there. If only my guys over here would have fired at that moment, it would have been great. But they didn't, but it luckily weakened them quite a bit. Now he's got this technical back over here, and that's going to cause some problems. I'm turning down the volume on my screen. It shouldn't be. I'm turning it down for you guys. I hope not. But it just got really loud with the technical firing. I was able to explode 1 soldier there, which is kind of pitiful. I'm not doing well. So then he's got these snipers right over here, and they are, as you can see, they're sniping my men, which is like crazy. I think one of them's got the FAL, and the other one's got the they're definitely chipping away at me. I pull up another HP Humvee. So this is the armor piercing, and I finally get rid of that technical. And then the Humvee starts unleashing on these GRM soldiers, and I'm finally doing some work. It's a little bit of a trade-off because his snipers are still killing my Marines like crazy. And at this point, I try another flank with this US soldier, but then there was too much concentration of fire. Over here, I saw this RPG, and it was about to go for my my Humvee, which is over here now. So I sent in a lone US soldier to take care of him. That worked out well. At this point, he's sending in some more AT soldiers to try and take out that Humvee. And this is where the clumping of soldiers did not work out for him, because I can just suppress all of his soldiers right now and pick them off one by one, because they're so clumped together. He sends in another militia squad, and he's definitely playing GRM correctly, because you do have to spam squads with it. Over here, my soldier actually is being able to shoot some of these guys down, and that helps out definitely, but he eventually gets taken out. I think he kills like 3 or 4 of his guys, though. The AT soldier's over there. I can't see this. I don't know that happened. And he wipes out my Humvee. I'm pissed, so I send in my my little guy over there, and I was able to take him out. So that's, is that the 3rd Humvee I've lost? Yes, it is. I think I lose at least one more. I do get the sweet flank over here, and I was able to nade some of his guys. At this point, he's at 63 score, and I'm like, oh crap, I really gotta start doing some stuff here. He throws a nade. The guy runs away, barely gets out. But his SVDs are still picking at me. I have no way to get to him except for this guy, but then he's got all these guys blocking his way. He pulls up some more soldiers, but at this point, my men have too much concentrated fire and are able to pick all of them off, which was fantastic. Really, that if they had been able to get into a position, they would have crushed me. At this point, I try and push up to take out some more of those snipers. I think one of them got taken out by US Marines. He does send in another round of soldiers, but this time he's going for the mid. So he's slacking off on the right, and he's going for the mid. Big mistake, though. I've got plenty of men over here, and I take out a bunch of his guys. And then over here, this sniper is still causing me some trouble. But then I finally take him out. He got like 10 or 12 kills, he said, in the chat, which is ridiculous. But then he sends in just this bulk force, including a technical, which flips and gets destroyed. Thank God, that would have wiped me out completely if he had gotten through. But his mass numbers force me to drop down onto the ground so I don't lose too many men. But his technical explodes, taking 3 guys with him, which is fantastic. I thought my guy over here was going to be able to take some of these guys out, but he fucks up and dies. Would have been the perfect ambush, but I do get a grenade off over there, but they toss it to the side, which is a problem. Would have been a great grenade. At this point, I pull up a mortar, because I'm like, wow, this would be the perfect chance, and I happen to have the money for it. And he is just loading on more and more soldiers. This is when he starts to spam. And he starts typing me messages like, fuck you, like, stop taking my point, just let me win, it's almost over. And I'm like, no, screw you. God, those whiny players really ruin the game. I'm keeping this guy over here because I don't know that there's no guys over here. And I could have, like, snuck them right here and then tossed a nade in them. Actually, did he have a nade? Yeah, he did, so that would have been good. Then my mortar starts firing, and he, I get one really good shot right there, and he starts pulling his men back, and at that point, just right when he starts pulling them back, I pull my US soldier up, so it really didn't work out well. And he's in no position to fire on them. I try and get a nade off, but then he just gets wiped out. He left a few men there, so I keep on mortaring them. He starts to try and flank over here, which actually is the first really tactical move he's done. He's really just poured on men. He hasn't used many tactics. So he flanks over here with just a obscene amount of men. I pull up some more marksmen. I don't see that they're flanking over here, and they wipe me out, which is a shame. I see them, so I start mortaring them, and my mortar does some work. I mean, it gets a bunch of them. But I I mean, they're able to take out the squad. I think. They got one guy. I think I get one more shot off. Kill a few more of them. Then they take me out. At that point, I send in just some regular support soldiers, because that's all that I can afford. And I try and defend that mortar so he can't steal it. And they're busy firing on my lone guy over here, who bites it. Then he starts wiping out my support men too, which is a problem. And I'm like, oh crap, I can't let him get to that and steal it. He does get one soldier onto it, and I'm just like, nuh-uh, and I shoot him down. I don't know where that came from. That was weird. And he starts spreading his men. Can't talk right now. He starts spreading his men out, but they're all at the bottom of this forge, and I don't understand why he didn't push up to like right around here. And this guy's just literally just standing in the middle. The only two men he's got undercover is here, and he pushes them back. So like, oh well, now they push forward, but I mean, it's still not a great position. He could have wiped me out, but then I just am able to get an M240 Humpy out here, and I get him around here, and he starts slaughtering them. They get a nade off, but it bounces, and then I have to reload or something here. So I'm just sort of standing there like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. But then I reload, I push forward, take the last of them out. That nade's not going to do anything. And then take out the last of his force over here. Big loss for him. He could have reinforced over here with them. I mean, he does still have a lot of men, but now I've got a mortar and a Humvee ready to just wipe them out. I pulled the Humvee far over here where I know there are no men, because I don't want another AT situation going. But I believe he does take out another AT. Yeah, he has another AT soldier over there. I pull up my support soldiers and pull up a tank crew to get in there. And it says the mortar needs repairs, but I am still able to shell them, so it might have been just the base of the mortar that was damaged, which really doesn't mean much. So I'm able to start shelling them. I'm pouring on some fire with this Humvee. My support infantry is down to 1, but it's still better than none. And he's crawling his AT soldiers all around there, trying to get a shot on me. He starts sprinting them, which is a bad idea, but then it actually bounced the first time. I'm like, oh crap, because I couldn't see them with the fog of war until they started sprinting and they got the first shot off. I'm able to pull up another marksman squad, and then he makes a mistake of running them over to this bridge right in the fire of my Humvee. I'm able to take him out. And now he's just down to just a few guys because my mortar's been shelling them away and destroying them. It's got 7 kills right now. My Humvee's got 9. And so now it's just a matter of picking the last of these guys off. He does take a massive force over here, which I wasn't sure what the point of that was. I moved my Humvee over to intercept. And at that point, I get a sweet mortar shot, I believe, over here, which takes out a lot. And then I just keep shelling him with mortars. He pulls up another technical, and he gets it in that ditch again, which I am just so confused why he keeps doing that. So I start pouring on some fire onto the technical, trying to wipe out their gunners. And I'm finally able to wipe out all the infantry that was over here. But then he pushes some infantry over to mid over here. I can't see them at this moment, so I'm not firing at them. Then he moves them in, and I kill most of them. I was able to wipe out the crew of that technical, which I thought I had actually like hull damaged it or something. I wasn't really paying attention since I saw this assault on mid, so I don't actually recap that until later. But right now in mid, I mean, these two men are really no threat. Except my guys did get a bit injured, so I just wipe them out real quick. There's one left. There we go. So then I start to re-inhabit over here, and I lay on some serious amounts of men. I am taking no more chances. He does pull up a GRM soldier squad. This is when he started getting pissed off and like, just let me win, I want to take the mid, or whatever. I was like, dude, no. At least he didn't rage quit, because he get a lot of rage quitters. So then I start pouring on some fire onto these guys, but they're just too many of them. And they caught me at a bad time while I was reloading. So I repositioned my my Humvee to intercept them before they can make it too far. He does pull up another GRM mercenary squad, So my Humvee's just in a great position here, getting some sweet fire down. I'm able to move this guy forward away from their fire. And then over here, my M4A1s just do quick work of these GRM soldiers. I mean, really, they just got sniped out of that cover. This guy himself got 5 of those kills, which is crazy. Then over here, my Humvee is able to take out most of them. There's still 3 left. He tries to retreat them. Bit of a mistake because I'm able to snipe off the last one of them. Except it says there's another. Oh, there's one right there. And then he repositions him. I mean, he was safe behind this building, but then he moves him over here and he gets shot. Maybe he was trying to just move him over here to reinforce or something. Then there's just this one last GRM soldier. I actually moved my Humvee away because I thought the situation was handled. I do move one soldier up to support because I can't afford anything right now except for tank crews and engineer teams. But then I reposition my Humvee a bit, and I actually don't know what I'm fucking doing right here. That's weird. So then I reposition all my men over here and get ready for another wave because at this point he started messaging me like, "Oh, I'm gonna attack the mid," and then he'd attack the left, and I was like, "You're a dumbass." I don't know when that happens, but it was really funny when it did because I just sort of slaughtered him either way. He actually moves these guys up here, and I was kind of expecting this the whole game. So, like, believe it or not, at this point I move my Humvee up here to sort of harass over here, and I don't know he's brought these extra reinforcements. And I've been worried about him coming down this hill and just flanking me this entire game. So if you hadn't noticed, I sometimes, like, I'll position a man like over here to watch over here, and I can quickly move him over here to watch behind his back. So at this point, my Humvee gets in a bit of trouble, and I lose my gunner because he was at like half health, and there was a massive force. So I pull it back. I'm like, no, I'm not screwing with that right now. Gets stuck on these rocks, and I'm like, oh crap, it's gonna flip, and that would have been maybe game over because this is my last sort of heavy weapon. And I thought for sure he was gonna pull up another technical. So I finally get it away from there into safety. I pull up a tank crew to reinforce it. He pulls up another militia squad, and I think he pulls them to mid. Oh no, he pulls them back up here. But then I see him actually, and I'm like, oh crap, he's probably gonna go for another attack around here. So I flip my tank around and I put it right around there. I get a few shots off on these guys, and I do a little bit of damage, but not much. So then I just leave my tank right there. It's not really a tank, it's a Humvee. I can't wait until tanks are implemented into this game. It's gonna be sick. They're already cool in the editor, but I want them in multiplayer. The Abrams is sick. It's so cool. Even the GRM tanks are pretty cool looking. Except I hate playing as GRM. So he pushes all the way around here, which is kind of stupid because he's going to have to come around here anyway because he can't get down this sheer cliff wall. So at this point I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Because I know the men are over here. So I just leave my tank there. And not a tank, but whatever. And then I bring my my mortar up, and I'm planning on shelling over here. Just to get some more kills. He's up there. I can't see them still. Actually, maybe I can. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. Let's turn fog of war off. No, I can't. And then he moves this one guy over, tosses a nade. I'm not looking over in this direction at all. So the nade goes off. I look back. I'm like, what the fuck? And I look up. I thought it was an AT soldier. So I'm like, oh crap, I gotta back off. And then he shoots 2 of his own men in the back with APMs. My thing finally reloads. I'm like, oh, that's not an AT soldier. I'm perfectly fine staying here. But I back off anyway because I want to help my mortar retreat back because that's an actual worry. And then he moves right over here and just stands there, which I didn't quite understand. And there's a little bit of back and forth. Finally get him. At this point, he's whining to me like, oh, I've never won a single game of this. Let me win or whatever. I'm like, dude, you're at 88 points. You You could win if you played correctly, because my beginning game was awful. I just did terrible in it. I kept getting AT'd, and I was like, oh, this guy might actually be pretty good at this game. He's flanked me a few times, and then once he started whining and just, like, throwing infantry on infantry on infantry, I was like, please, I'm not doing this. So then he moves some more GRM soldiers over here. I've repositioned all my guys into pretty good positions, I'd say. I sort of cover all the bases, so if he comes from over here, if he comes from over here, or over here, and he actually tries to sneak them around. I gotta sneeze, 1 second. But then one of his guys fires, he forgot to take them off fire at will, or just didn't. So then he just puts them on cover, and they start getting fired at quickly and effectively. At some point during this, he was like, fight me like a man and only use infantry, get rid of your Humvees or whatever. I'm like, first of all, you were using your Humvee like half the game, and second of all, you know, GRM obviously wins in an infantry battle. I mean, US has great infantry, don't get me wrong, but there's less of them, so if I was only using infantry, he would be able to just stack men upon men upon men upon men on my guys, and I couldn't get reinforcements fast enough because GRM infantry are so cheap. And so basically, I was like, no, screw that, I'm going to use what's in the game. I mean, you did the whole time. So I was not caring one bit about his trash talk. I don't even realize that this is uninhabited truck because in the game it doesn't show the X around it. Over here I start shelling them with mortars, and I get a few lucky kills there. But then he pulls up a large squad of GRM militia, and I just happen to have moved my guy away from over here because I was like, oh, he's not going to try and flank over there again, which apparently I was sort of wrong. But I'm still got some men over here. I get one kill there, then my guy tries to stand up and he gets slaughtered. Pull my Humvee up, just to try and, you know, keep them at bay while I save up for some infantry, but I can't afford any infantry up until one of my tank crew dies, and then I'm able to pull up a squad, which I think I do fairly soon. My second tank crew dies. I'm like, oh crap, I don't want to lose my Humvee, I don't want him to capture it, so I move them away. I start repositioning my my mortar to start shelling the mid again. Then I pull up a defensive squad. Oh no, I pull up Marines actually. Getting fancy. And I had some repositioning troubles, but I sort them out and I'm able to position my men well. And I do some work with these Marines. I mean, Marines are so sick in this game. I love them. So I start just to slaughter these guys in here. I think I start shelling with the mortar at some point. Don't I? Oh, maybe I don't. Oh, actually I do. Yeah, you can see the shells. I pull one Marine up. Actually, I had pulled another one up, but he got shot right around there. I know, wait, where did he get shot? Oh, no, wait. No, wait. No, I think I did lose a Marine. But then I pulled him up, and this guy gets slaughtered because I didn't know there were more men over here. He throws a really great nade, and my guy has to duck out of the way, but ends up getting shot. So now I'm down to, it's just 2 Marines. I've pulled one up here. He doesn't know he's up here, so that's good for me. And I start dragging my mortar back around because I can't reach, I think, over here. So I want to reposition. I throw a nade up there, and I get one of his, or actually I get 2 of his guys. And then I start throwing more nades because this guy had like 4 nades on him. So I was like, you know what, I'm using these. And then I shot him, and my M27 IAR is doing some work. And then I lose all my Marines. So you know what I did? I pulled up some more Marines, and that seals the deal here. Having a full squad of Marines come back up. He is racing some more GRM militia up, but my Marines make it there first, and I'm able to resort them out. My mortar is still firing. It's able to kill most of those guys. And I reposition my Marines, and no one's got the mid right now. He's losing his cap, and my mortar is keeping him at bay, you know, keeping him from coming around. I flank him around this avenue, because I decided if he's not going to do it to me, I'm doing it to him. I nade that guy, come back around, I get a few kills with this guy, and that's the story of the middle. I'm, of course, wary to reposition my men, because I don't know if he has any more. But I do, and then I stop my mortar from shelling over there, and I start shelling back over here, because I didn't know if he had any more men over there, which he, of course, didn't. So I eventually stopped the mortar from shelling. I did end up bringing this this Humvee up as supportive fire. You might have seen that during the battle. And that was mainly because I wanted a little more than just my infantry. I wanted my mortar and my Humvee firing in case of all these infantry getting like an unlucky nade or something. So I reposition all my men into a square formation. This is a very hard fort to compromise, which makes it easy if you're defending, but if you're attacking, it can be a little tough, which I was lucky enough to get him pretty good there. He pulls up another GRM militia over here, and they just get wrecked. And there's just no doubt about it. They get completely destroyed. My mortar at this time has 21 kills. My Humvee has 20, so this was definitely a good investment. And it's not like 20 kills like in Men of War Assault Squad or whatever, where infantry aren't as valuable as they are in this. So like 20 kills, that's a couple squads of GRM. That's like 3 or 4 squads, 3.5. So I mean, honestly, that's pretty good. He's just got this one straggler over here. It's not a big deal for me. He's not, obviously not going to kill anyone with it. I end up wiping him out, of course. And then he goes silent for a little while here. And so I just sort of reposition my men, try and optimize my defense. I make sure I keep this guy right over there in case they decide to pile some more men over there. And this guy's got a rifle, so I mean, anyone who came through here would just get destroyed. He does pull up a GRM militia squad, and he's coming down this hill. And I don't know why he wouldn't try go for the mid, just keep on going for the mid, because he knows this place is very well defended. Then again, so is the mid, but if it was me, I'd go for the mid, because then I could get some supportive fire from up here if I needed. I could probably put some guys on the ridge up there. So I did spot these guys, and we killed one of them, but then I didn't pay attention for a while, and then I heard footsteps. I was like, oh, he's sending men. Then I saw the rustle in the bush, and then he fired, and I was like, oh yeah, there's definitely guys over there. Luckily, I hit this man positioned there in case of this, and I repositioned some men to optimize my fire, and I thought there were more men than there were, and so I don't know why I did, but I'm able to take these guys out pretty quick, actually. And so I wipe them out, and then I move this guy forward just in case there are more guys, and I want to make sure before I leave the area. I see there are none, so I just start repositioning my guys. Repositioning. That's kind of weird. There's a lot of repositioning in this, and I actually do keep another guy over here in case he tries that again. Because I mean, I really do have enough guys in here. He pulls up. Let's see. Pulls up a militia squad. Those guys are creepy. And he pulls them up over here. I think he plops them around here to redefend, because he's worried I might come around there. But I don't have the points for another invasion. Or I have the points, I don't have the CP. And that's my big problem. Actually, he just sticks them right there. I didn't know he did that. I haven't watched this since I played, which was a couple hours ago. And I was like, oh, this was a great game, I should upload this. So his militia are over there now. And he's not really doing much with them. I mean, I've got my stuff heavily defended. He's really screwed. And I've got 80 points, so if he's going to make a move, he has to make it now. But then there's just some radio silence here for a little while. Yeah. I wish there was a fast forward in this. You can't just press backspace like you can in single player or whatever and just click fast forward. He does pull up a second, it's just militia? Yes, it is. He does pull up a second militia squad. At this point, I come over here and I'm like, well, this actually works. Like, I didn't realize that this was a working, technical. So I pick it up and I'm like, oh, sweet. At this point over here, he gets his men spotted. Or maybe he engages. Not sure. And, I mean, he's got a massive attack going. But, I mean, my Marines have sweet accuracy. They've got good firepower, good weapons, so I'm damaging him way more than he's damaging me. I'm not really worried here. So I do pull up my, actually, my Humvee was there the whole time, I think. I do shift my guys around a little bit. I move this guy back because he was about to die.
Yes, sir.
He does actually kill him, actually. I'm not super worried, but I do decide to pull my my technical up there because he was trash talking me this whole time. So I was like, oh, thanks for the car, and then I was gonna pull it up and shoot at him, which I think I did. I can't remember. Just because he was such a douche. I hated this guy. I do pull it up, but I don't think I get any shots off. That phone's ringing, which means nothing to me because I don't know who's on it. Well, that was worded wrong. I mean, it means something to me. I would pick it up if I knew who it was, but I don't know who it is. It's probably a telemarketer. He pulls up some more militias, and they get wiped out quick by my Marines, just like absolute slaughter. And then I pull my Humvee up here to get this side shot of him. What he really should have done is snuck him up against this building. And so he pushes up a little more, and they get wiped. At this point, I'm at 92 points, so I pull my technical up here just to see what's up over here, and I'm like, oh, well, I might as well cap this now, because I have no opposition at all. But the problem is I only have one man in the technical, and if I get out of the technical, I lose my superiority. I do wipe that guy out. I pull up some tank crew, because that's the only thing I can afford. I put them over there, but then I swap my US soldier for the tank crew. I hop the tank crew in there. I kill the last of his men. I start capping this, and then I push the technical up this way, because I'm like, well, it's YOLO time. I've got 96 points. Actually, when do I YOLO? Should be soon. Move it, technical. There we go. So this is where I YOLO. And I pull it forward. I keep pulling it forward. I see there are two men up there. I'm like, alright, well, I'll get the last kills here. And, he does end up killing one of my tank crewmen. And then my second one. So, he ends up getting the last kill of the game. But, I mean, look at this. I got 165 kills. He got 65. I only killed one of his vehicles. He killed two of mine. I lost 4 vehicles, which is huge. That's a lot of losses vehicle-wise. But I was still able to pull this off. I thought this was quite the epic game. If you agree with me, please hit that like button. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.